nearly 200 horsepower, definitely worth it. What's happening, guys? Back with another video on the mighty Falcon. Now this is just going to be a little bit of an update video, and we're going to take it for a drive, do some in-car pulls. You know, you want to hear that wastegate, those ZF farts. I know that's exactly why you're here for, but we're going to do a very similar video to what I did when I first purchased the car. Back then it was only making 380 horsepower at the wheels, and now we're pushing close to 800 horsepower. So a lot has changed. It may not look like it, it does look like it is literally the same car, but the whole point of this car for me was to have a sleeper build. A, so I don't spend money on random stupid shit. We'll leave that all for the club sport. But B, how stealth it is. Like, I drive around, been through that many RBTs with full highway patrol, and anyone knows in New South Wales, highway patrol here are absolute fuckheads. Not all of them, but most of them, especially around this area where I live in the Shire. And man, I haven't even looked twice. The only thing that kind of gives it away is the boost gauge on the pillar, but I am pissing that off and putting it down right where the ashtray is. Ashtray? No, maybe not ashtray. I don't know what it is. Just like a little pocket on the bottom that's kind of useless. But anyway, gonna put that there so it's all nice and kind of hidden. Other than that, you cannot tell. You know, it doesn't have the police pack, like the brakes or anything like that, because obviously it's not a police pack. Doesn't have the big Brembos, so it just looks like an NA Falcon from the outside. D badge, just Ford badges on it, that is it. So I actually love that. It's awesome. You drive around, nobody looks at me, they hear that thing open gate, and you just get the biggest smiles and biggest thumbs up, and it's awesome. But anyway, going to pop the bonnet. We're going to start from under the hood. We're going to make our way back and run you through exactly what I have done in these last few months. We're going to start with the motor. The motor is dead standard, top and bottom end. The only thing that I did internally is the valve springs with Crocam upgraded ones. We've got some ARP head studs to keep the heads from lifting, because you have that sort of power, you don't want the head lifting. Laundry oil pump, Martin Ware, so the much better one. A atomic timing chain kit, and obviously resealed the motor and everything, had it all out. 800cc injectors at the minute. My 1250 should arrive at the end of this month, hopefully, and it will be going back for a retune. It is only running 23 pound of boost, so we might push it to 25 and probably just leave it there, because I wouldn't mind saving the box and the bottom end, because I don't need to build another car at the minute, unless, you know, you guys run up the GAMBIN.BUILDS and the merch shop that's coming soon and the stickers for the meanwhile. Different story, might be able to do some things, who knows. Got a Pulsar 3584 Gen 3 turbo with a Turbo Smart external wastegate, 45mm. Sounds awesome. Got a 4-inch dump to 3.5-inch full X-Force exhaust. Turbo side intake, obviously. The catch can, it's an Ants Performance one, I think, but it's been powder coated. And we've got the braided lines and the AN fittings there, so it looks all nice and perfect. The rocker cover was modified to suit the AN fittings. They are spin on, they're not push on. Most kits that you can get are push on, because they still retain the standard rocker cover. This has had dash 10 fittings welded to it. Looks absolutely crisp. I've made the NA cover to suit that, so it looks all nice and clean. I like it. Oil feed line, standard stuff. PSR stage 2 intercooler kit, very good. Bang for buck. You'd be surprised if I told you what kit it actually was and what supplier gets the same one, and the price isn't even comparable, but it's awesome quality. That's in there, that's doing good things. It is literally double the size in height and almost triple the size in thickness to a standard cooler, so it's definitely something you're going to need and upgrade, you know, if you've got a Falcon in general. It's a supporting mod, you need it, it's just better for the car. That turbo's going to love the more air, the intake's going to love the more air, your temps are going to go down, car's going to be very happy. Now moving on, we've got the front brakes here. They are some DBA 4000 series rotors. Pretty good, they're vented, cross drilled and slotted. Also got the pads to match with it. Does brake much better, it is good. We've obviously got some standard ones in the rear. As you can see, the car is a little bit lowered, and that is because it is lowered on some BC Gold coilovers. Now these coilovers I run in everything, in the Club Sport, in previous cars, Silvias, all that. Bang for buck, honestly a great coilover. In this car I was a little bit worried about putting coilovers in it, but it honestly costs just as much as what shocks and springs would have cost. And it's a bit of a no-brainer because you can adjust your height. It's got dampening adjust. Like, you don't drive like shit, it's not sloppy, you can stiffen it up. It's got 32 dampener adjustment points, and it's just good. I can't knock them. You know, not sitting super low. Again, sleeper. They need to sack this thing, but it is sitting nice from what you can kind of see, I suppose. Have a standard ZF6 underneath. Yes, it is tuned. Yes, it has freshly been serviced and everything. And it's lasting, so that's awesome. I'm not beating on it constantly, so I'm trying to keep longevity of it as much as I can. But it's holding up for now, and it's awesome. Does the ZF farts through the wastegate. Crisp. Anyway, GJ drivelines, 1000 horsepower rated tail shaft. That is in there. I've seen a video on TikTok recently, I'm sure a lot of you guys have. And tail shaft failed on a BF XR6 turbo and absolutely ruined the floor. Now, I don't know what speed that guy was going at, but that is something you do not want. If you have people in the back seat and you're doing a pull, their feet are going, or their legs. So that is definitely worth it. Try and fix the car after that, you can't. It's a write-off. You're not going to put a new tunnel and floor in a car. They're just going to deem it a write-off straight away and kiss all of it goodbye. Standard diff at the minute. We've got Super Pro diff bushes. It's not twin hat yet. Yes, it will be in the future, maybe. Just depends how long it pisses me off before I'm changing bushes again. But other than that, you know, it's got no aftermarket arms, like just the coilovers in the rear. It's got a Super Pro sway bar and sway bar mount kit. That's pretty much it. That just helps for the drags. And yeah, pretty much a standard rear end here for the 2 X-Force exhaust tips. That's pretty much it. Now, I just realized you guys probably want to hear the exhaust. I'll do a start up, do a couple of revs, and I'll put it at the front, pop the bonnet, you can hear the turbo as well, and then we are going to go for a drive. We're going to do some pulls because I know you guys are excited to see that, so let's hit it. Now we're going to be taking it for a little rip. We do know someone who owns a private road. So, what can you do with that? We're gonna head down there, we're going to get some drive-by clips, and we're going to begin the little review on this car. How it drives, characteristics, should you buy one, what to look for, all that jazz. So, let's get into it. So we'll do a quick little roll into second gear here. This thing is very spicy, and it still kind of makes me shit the gear a little bit sometimes. This car, point straight, shoot straight, and it's just fucking, it's just a whole lot of fun. Man. Now getting into the Falcon, the first thing you are going to notice is how freaking comfortable these things are. These FG seats, absolutely crazy comfortable. Cloth ones even more comfortable, but the cloth I'd probably fall asleep if I drove it because they're a bit too soft. So the leather ones are nice. Back seat is literally like a fucking lounge. It is awesome. Everyone rates the back, and I'm sure if you're doing R-rated duties in that back seat, it'll be nice and comfortable on you. The leather, on the other hand, I don't think that'll do you too many favours, but I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, interior is nice. It looks good. Seat comfortability wise and looks wise, it definitely beats its competition, which is the VE Commodore, all day, every day. This car in general, I think, beats the VE Commodore, and that's coming from a Holden person. So even as a P-plater car, the NA Falcon and the SV6, it's chalk and cheese, honestly, in my opinion. The Falcon wins 10 times over. Comfortability wise, looks wise. The VE, I don't know, if you're into that look and whatever, I've had a lot of problems in the V6 form and a lot of electrical problems early on. And I don't know, I just don't like how the VE drives. I prefer how this drives. And obviously when this had much less power, I still drove the exact same at what it does now with nearly 800. So drives like a normal car, absolutely awesome. Falcon, I'd highly recommend. NA or turbo, depending on if your P-plate restrictions say that or not. But if you're on your fulls, you have no excuse. Go and get a turbo one or an XR6. But I don't really rate Ford's V8. Holden definitely had the better V8. Ford definitely had the better 6. There's no arguing that. The only things you really got to look out for in these Falcons is pretty much all the bushings. They shit the bed. You'll be changing a lot of them, especially the diff bushings. Center bearing goes on them, they get rust. There's a few tedious little things, but obviously if you do your research, you'll know what you're looking for. When you go to buy one, you'll know what to do to test all that. So all in all, they're a great car. Feel wise, not so great, but in saying that, if you were to drive it semi-normal, you'd probably get a decent range. This thing being on E85, I filled it up 2 nights ago and I've already used half a tank and I've only done 140 k's. So there you go, that's about 37.5 litres in 2 days. For the extra nearly 200 horsepower, definitely worth it. What more can I say about this? It's honestly a great car. It's comfortable. It does what it needs to do. It points and shoots dead straight. And that's kind of what you want. You don't really want to be a bit sketchy in a car, especially if you're an inexperienced driver. Obviously, as time goes on, you will learn how to control the car, control other cars and whatnot. But for somebody just hopping into one of these, perfect car for it. You don't want it to boost your confidence too much and then go and jump in something like a Silvia or something like that, because those things just want to skate and go left and right, or a Muzzy that want to throw you into a gutter or a crowd, just the way they're designed, or their design flaw, sorry I should say, for the Mustang. Silvias, all of that, they're just way too light. It's probably best you just don't hop in one of these and think, oh yeah, because I can control a 500 kilowatt FG, I can go and jump in my mate's Silvia or Skyline and it's going to have the same characteristics. It's definitely not. This car was engineered to go straight, as these are not corner cars, and Ford did very well at doing that. To actually get it to turn half lock on your steering wheel, just for a bit of style points, you got to give it that kink. And still, even following through with it, it still wants to go straight. So awesome car for that. But yeah, like I said, don't think that this car is going to make your confidence too high when you go and jump in something else, because yeah, two completely different beasts. Now I think we're going to leave this video here, guys. I don't know if it's short or long or whatever. I hope it turns out good for you guys. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, post notifications on so you do not miss out on the next episode and future episodes. And hopefully we'll have a bit more exciting content, like going down to the drag strip, getting the VY Club Sport started, the 7-litre turbo LS build, and more exciting stuff to come with it. Make sure you hit up the Big Cartel store. I'm selling GAMBIN.BUILDS stickers there. I'll have all the links in the bio. Run up the Instagram, run up the TikTok, and yeah, I guess we'll catch you guys in the next one.